Hello, this is day one of my Interrail trip all the way through Europe. Right now I'm in Berlin. I'm going to Prague tonight, but that's not where this story started. It started this morning at 5 o'clock back home in Denmark, and that's what you're gonna see now. And then later in the video, when I get to this Berlin part, I will explain a little bit more about this trip. But now it's 5 in the morning back home in Denmark. Google Maps says it's gonna take about 20 minutes to get to the station, and my train leaves in about 20 minutes. And then suddenly I didn't have a ticket. Good morning. This is my first day of my Interrail trip. It's about 20 minutes past 5 in the morning, and I'm just getting ready to catch the train in just about an hour. I have just gotten sick, so my voice isn't great. Today I'm gonna end up in Prague, hopefully in the Czech Republic, and I'm really looking forward to that, but also I'm very sick. I have to hurry now. Alright, I made it to Neumünster. I was actually supposed to have an hour in Flensburg, but luckily I was able to take a train just 5 minutes after my other train, and that was the train just an hour earlier than the one I was supposed to take. So I'll get to Hamburg just an hour earlier, but I don't think I will get to Prague an hour earlier. But then I'll have a bit more time in Hamburg instead of just having a little bit of time in each city, which is great, I think. But what a beautiful morning. Well, I've made it to Hamburg. My train here was a little late, but if it wasn't late, I would have been able to get to Berlin in like 2 hours before I was scheduled to, but of course that's fine. I'll get to Berlin an hour before I originally should have. So that's good. I have like half an hour in Hamburg now, but there is a lot of people here and a lot of police and a lot of cars and a lot of business. There's also just like homeless people everywhere and people talking about God and the Bible and stuff like that. It's a little crazy, but I think I'll head back to the station in like 10 minutes or something. I'm just going around in a very small park just beside the road, but I'm excited to get to Berlin. Just made it to Berlin. What a nice station. Berlin Hauptbahnhof is a real nice station, but it's very big and quite confusing with all the different levels and different platforms and such. But I got myself some food. People seemed very nice. I dropped a few coins on the floor and someone just picked it up for me and gave it to me and smiled. I always love coming to new places and just experiencing how kind people can be. It's the best. Well, I have 1.5 hours here before my next train leaves, and I asked my dad if he could recommend something, and he just recommended that I went down to this river and just walked a bit alongside it. And I must say, a very good idea. It was so much easier to find someplace quiet compared to Hamburg, where Berlin is obviously a much larger city, but it was still so much easier to find a quiet place, and people seemed a little bit more friendly in my experience, but I've only been here for like 20 minutes or something, but it seems quite nice. That's a cool building. Alright, so now that I've made it to Berlin, it's now time to explain a little bit more about this trip. Alright, so back in the start of this year, I signed up for a competition where you could win an Interrail global pass for 12 days within 30 days. And back in May or something, I found out that I was one of, I think, 35,000 people who have won this Interrail pass. So that means that I have 7 free travel days to travel around Europe. The only thing I have to pay myself is, of course, food, accommodation, and attractions and stuff like that. And also seat reservations and stuff like that. So now I've planned out a route all the way around Europe, which is the route I'm gonna travel for the next 13 days, I think. So I'm away for about 2 weeks. And then I decided to make videos about this. I thought it would be fun to make one video every day, where I have to film a whole video every day and then edit it the same day or the next day. And then I decided to speak English in these videos because I want to practice it and because I want to try to see if this will maybe have an audience. But I think I'm gonna head it back to the station now so that I can get to Prague tonight. I hope you can feel that I'm sick because I'm trying to show the best of myself in these videos. But well, you can know that behind all this, I'm still quite sick. Maps says it's gonna take about 20 minutes to get to the station, and my train leaves in about 20 minutes, so I'll get going. I now made it to the Czech Republic. I took a train from Berlin and then I took a replacement bus. And then when I came to this little town, the timetable boards showed completely other times than the apps showed, and it was very confusing. And from the moment we entered the Czech Republic, I had no cell phone service, and because of that I got locked out of the Interrail app, and then suddenly I didn't have a ticket and the password didn't work. And then when I finally got connection again, I could finally go in and change the password and get the app working again. But it was a bit hectic. I had to ask the conductor, and luckily it all worked out. But yeah, well, it's almost gotten completely dark outside now, and this is also just the final train to Prague. So I'm just gonna continue editing this video now, eat this apple, and I'll see you in Prague. Okay, I made it to Prague. It's a little funny because I was here 6 years ago and I could just recognize things when I came out from the station, like the supermarket where we shop and the ATM where my dad exchanged money and stuff like that. But it was quite nice to know exactly where you had to go because you've been here before. But it's about 8 now and I'm on my way to my hostel. Also in the train, I got off at the wrong station, but I made it back on just in time. That was quite lucky. But I can't wait to experience the city tomorrow when it's not dark outside. It's almost 8 now. arrived here at my hostel a few hours ago. I've just been laying in my bed and editing this video. By now I've gotten to the part where I've come to Berlin, so I still have a lot more to go, but I will edit that tomorrow, I think. But this hostel seems quite good, and that's the end of this video. I hope to see you in the video that's hopefully getting out tomorrow. See you!